And hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hairyman Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. I'm your host, Nikki Clone. Welcome, everybody. Lovely to see you all here. And that chat is just going like crazy. I love to see it. I really do. Let's bring in my my
Planetary powers activate!
Ooh. My guest host with the mostest hostess.
The co-host that won't leave, perpetually stuck in the backstage.
Stuck in the back. I keep the reins pretty tight.
Sure do. Hey, but you keep the backstage really nice. You know, there's a lot of food, a lot of snacks. You know,
Clean.
it's
Yeah,
good. It's
yeah,
good. Yeah, good TV and stuff. Yeah, I like it.
yeah. But how was your Sunday?
See,
Sunday.
today's Sunday. Yeah, it was pretty good so far. Took my daughter out driving some more and let her do her thing, and just getting good.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
have to start doing that too. My daughter turns
Mm.
16 in March. So I got to get her behind the wheel
It's
for
scary
sure.
at
It is
times.
scary.
Yeah. You know, because I'm always like that. I'm not a good backseat driver, so I always like I'm cool about it though. I kind of like keep my mouth shut and just kind of not try to freak her out or anything. But she has had a good experience. She actually just passed driver's ed yesterday. Got a 98%.
Oh, nice, nice.
So one step away from the license. And
Is that through the school?
no, they don't do it through the schools here. You have to go through a private institution, I
Yeah, we
guess.
have to
And
do that here too now. So I
yeah.
know exactly what you mean. Have to get her enrolled here pretty soon. Um, so let's look at the chat. Who have we got? I'm gonna start from the bottom up now. Uh, Brent just got a perm. That's why he's wearing a knit cap.
I was going to reveal it later on because my bang, you guys probably haven't noticed because I had my bang slicked back, but it's been growing pretty good and got
Oh
a nice
wow.
curl to it. Going to
Are you
reveal it
gonna
later.
try that whole
Yeah, yeah,
try to do the flip? Yeah, flip
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can't start from the bottom. The bottom just going too fast. But Cindy, Jolly Jake, Uncle Bones, Sandra Piper, and Danny Stanton. Hello from South Carolina. We
What's
got
up?
Jimmy from Appalachian Tales of Terror. Joe, I sent you a link. Where are you, dude? You're late. Um,
Where are you?
my kid, Demon Wolf, is in the house.
What's up, Demon Wolf?
Let's see who else.
Be sure to troll your
Mr.
mom.
Lee, Angel. No, don't tell her that. Angel Nolan, my eyes, Val. Did I say Lockbeard? I don't know. You're all just wonderful. Sharon was in here right away, and Jay, hey Jay, go away. I'm being bombarded now.
And now I'm on the stream.
Oh, look.
What
That's
was
like
that?
some
A flyby?
Inception type stuff going on right there.
It was a flyby. Somebody must have dared her to come onto the show. Oh, Grasshopper. Something I was gonna tell Grasshopper. Because I went and I finally watched that corn maze video I had put out. Because during the corn maze, I couldn't watch the screen and watch stepping, so a lot of comments went by. You guys are very funny. Yeah, yeah, you're hilarious. Hilarious.
Chat. Best chat
I
ever.
didn't I didn't see Mr. Trackway. You know that guy. Not everybody knows who he is, but is he in the house? I don't know. So tonight we got a good show. Pieces of the puzzle of the Bigfoot puzzle, the Sasquatch, because
Yeah,
that's what we got, right? All these little rolls and pieces that we're trying to put together. And oh, I guess I could take that off now, huh? It
and
won't
the
come
best
off
part is all the
there.
pieces are painted all the pieces are painted black, so it just makes it that much more interesting when we put all those pieces together. Because we think some pieces fit here, but they're like no, and we try to force it, but no, it doesn't work. So we're kind of shooting blind on this one too when we're connecting those pieces together.
Yeah. It but we're hoping that one day all this information comes together and we get some answers,
Hmm.
And I know a lot of people think they've got the answers, but unless in this kind of case, unless everybody's agreeing with it, what kind of stuff is that? What is that? It's just another thing to pile on to the top of the heap,
Hmm.
you know? And it's uh-oh. There he is. The challenge has started.
Oh man, God damn it!
Oh no.
Nice.
Oh.
That's like going in the intro.
Go take care of what you did. I'll bring you back on.
Somebody spilled their drink. We need to get lyrics to that song.
I hate it when that happens. You all don't know, but one time my cat jumped up and spilled my brand new drink, and I just kind of took myself off, and I had to clean everything real quick. Yeah, things happen.
So subtle.
Things happen. Smoothest intro ever.
Yeah. You got it, Joe. You got it, buddy.
Happens. I'll bring him back in a sec. Okay, gotta see what happens. Yeah, focus. Just when you're ready, Joe, just give me a thumbs up and I'll bring you back on. So, okay, so we're going to be talking about these pieces that I've been talking to you about. And they are the DNA, the pictures, the videos, all those stats and prints and investigations and researchers and drone operators, and we're all part of this big old, and I call it a community, a society almost. It's this group. So how you doing there, Joe?
Yeah, sorry about ruining I love that intro. Sorry about it. My dog.
You're good.
That's the best ever, man. I'm actually going to clip that and save that one. I like it.
Now
like
we're
it
gonna
a lot.
put that all together. Yeah, that's your new intro now.
Everything off my desk. My other monitor went crashing to the freaking floor, and
oh my god,
gonna have to figure out some lyrics to that.
I'm cool.
You're cool. So how was your trip, dude? Was it good?
It was awesome. It was awesome, man. It was awesome.
How was that the first time you met Meldrum? Dr.
Oh
Meldrum?
no. I've met him a couple other times, talked to him a couple other times.
Oh,
when I went to a couple of conferences. The only two conferences I ever went to, which one was in Pennsylvania one, and one was the Ohio one. And but this time I actually really got to have an extensive conversation with him about it's pretty much an anthropological conversation.
Yeah.
Of course, which included Bigfoot, and then when he went out to dinner with us afterwards, it was pretty cool. We broke bread. That was awesome. So we're like officially.
That's always the fun part. That's the most fun for me, when we're all just sitting around, shooting the shit. After all the big stuff.
We're officially best friends now, so.
Nice. Nice.
Well, I don't know about that, but yes. And yes, everybody in the chat, you can call me a fanboy, because I am a fan of Dr. Meldrum. He's a really nice guy. I mean, and in person, if you get to, talk to him personally, I mean, he's very charming and he's very forthright, and just a really nice guy, man. And he knows a lot of shit, man. His presentation was awesome, man.
Oh yeah. How long was it?
It was probably about an hour or so, I guess. But it was awesome. And no, it wasn't about the PG film. He has other presentations that he gives, and he's moved on from that one. And this one was great. I mean, it had a lot to do with how Bigfoot fits into the whole thing anthropologically and stuff. So
Oh, that's good. That's good.
yeah.
Well, I'll let you talk about. I'm sure you're going to go into depth about that in your next show. Of
um,
everything.
maybe not. Although he told me to keep emailing. God, I kind of teased him a bit when I got there. I was like, Dr. Meldrum, and when he remembered who I was, he was, oh yeah, okay. And I said, yeah, even though, I can't get you to seem to go on my podcast. But he was like, you got to keep trying, man. You got to just keep emailing me. I was
Well,
like,
that's
yeah, I
good.
know. Yeah,
That's good to hear because some won't, they're just way too busy and they won't even get back with you or,
yeah,
be genuine. That's all, just be genuine about what's going
absolutely.
on.
Yeah. But it was fun
So
overall, man. I mean, I love being there with Steve and Mike Ann from Tactical Bigfoot Research. It was great.
nice. Yeah, it looked like you guys had a good time, a really good time. So, pieces of the puzzle. So what I was really focusing on was how small of a group we really are in the grand aspect of things that um we're this small picture of the larger picture of people who believe in Bigfoot or even skeptics in the Bigfoot field. We're still a very small portion of the general community. And I went into a deep dive to see if I could find any information about exactly that. How small how small are we in this scheme of things? And I have to go to this other page. So I came up with some US Census um, surveys that were done back in 2020. And it's a small sampling, okay? It's only 3,455 responses. So it's a relatively small survey, if you think about it, but um, just but the numbers themselves, they kind of lend to the whole picture. So on this particular survey here, it was the American adults' belief in common conspiracy theories. And I'm going to skip to the Bigfoot Sasquatch. Is a real living creature. Only 11% of those 3,400 responses actually agreed that Bigfoot was a living creature, and 89% did not. Okay. Uh, it's kind of small. It's a small percentage. And at the top of the list, with 28% believing in aliens and extraterrestrials, that they have visited humans on Earth. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Um, I mean, I can go down this list. At the bottom, it was the 1969 moon landing was fake or a hoax. Um, 4%. It's hardly even a percentage. Didn't even list a percentage down there that agreed it was a hoax. Most everybody on that list there agreed it was real. Now
And
the Loch
most of the
Ness.
people, Nikki, that agreed it was a hoax, they also think that the Earth is flat too. So
No, we need a new survey to add that in there.
yeah, right. I'm surprised that one's
That
not
would
in
be
there.
interesting.
I'm surprised that's not in there. People that think the world is flat.
Yeah, that there's a lot of conspiracy theories though. So, I mean a lot. Um, but about the Loch Ness monster is real living creature, only 8%. The
Wow.
same with Illuminati, that there was a secret group called the Illuminati, only 8% as well. Um, so did you think the number would be so low?
For Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for an example, real quick, today I tried to I did some I did some filming last night when Steve and Sherry and I and Mike went out to this lady's property and for an investigation, and it was really, for me, it was really more of a test of my IR video camera. But I did some filming there, and I did some filming today as I was coming home. I stopped by where I had the encounter with Rasta, of course, because I had to drive right by that exit. So I was like, well, I might as well go, and try to do this thing that a few people have been asking me to do. They're like, we wish you could recreate that. Now, I've filmed in there a couple of times trying to explain it. And I mean, I can't technically recreate it because I don't have a Bigfoot or a person as big as a Bigfoot to like be the Bigfoot in a recreation, and I can't make a deer lay down in that grass, right? But I figured, okay, I'm gonna use my tripod, and I'll at least put myself in those places. Well, anyway, long story short, I filmed that, couldn't use any of it. When I got home, I found out I couldn't use any of it. But while I was there, I'm leaving, and I saw there was one guy camping in there, one guy, and I waved to him as I was going out and leaving, and then I thought, I got it, so knowing me, I stopped. I'm going to talk to this guy, man. I gotta know if anybody's ever seen this thing running around here.
Right.
And so, yeah, of course, I mean, you could expect the most. He was a lot of smiles, a few giggles and stuff when I was telling him about Bigfoot and asking him, so, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that the number's that low, is that what I'm getting at. Because this guy obviously was like, he was very amused, that I was talking about Bigfoot. And he said, no, I've never seen anything or heard anything in here. And I said, yeah, well, okay. So keep your eyes open, man, because I'm not bullshitting you. Of course, he probably did think that. But, I mean, he was a nice guy. But, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Numbers that low.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Raptor here says, at Nikki, do you know on the graph if they actually ask people that they say they saw Bigfoot? If that's the case, that would be like a 60 to 7% from all the TV and everything else. And was not trying to be rude. No, I know you're not trying to. I don't have those stats. These are just straight questions that were asked on a survey. And, and it was Bigfoot or Sasquatch is a real living creature. Yes or no? That was the way it was written. So we really don't know, but I do have some more stats that I'm going to be bringing up here shortly. Also, Uncle Bones had mentioned that out of the 3,400, that 11% may be a larger number, because that's a small sampling. So I don't know the math. I don't know the math. If you out there can figure out the math on, say, figure that out to 1 million people, maybe we're looking at some, different numbers there. On people who believe. But if you want, I'm just throwing these numbers out here so you can give a comparison. To a handful of people out of nowhere. You just grab a handful of people from all over the US and you ask them these questions. This is what, what we come up with. But I do believe there's a lot less of us, than we think. I mean, in my mind, I want to think everybody believes in Bigfoot. So,
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was coming from.
Yeah, it's really kind of surprising the number's so low. You figured with finding Bigfoot being so popular for so many years that the number would be a lot higher, and the fact that it's, not that far fetched to have a relic, entity out there that we haven't really fully understood or discovered. I don't think a lot of people realize how vast the forest is and how it is, possible for something like that to exist. So I think it's probably a lot of arrogance of the reality of the situation and the subject.
Yeah.
I think what may play a lot into that though, Brent, is that like things like finding Bigfoot, and I know people joke around and call it not finding Bigfoot. Even I have. So, but I think what plays into that is that I think a lot of people that watch that realized what it was. It was what it was, which was Bigfoot entertainment, and most people didn't. I think a good many people, just my opinion, I don't have any fact or stats to back this up, but I think a good many people just, said, well, yeah, it's all fake, you know. But it's a show. It's a good show for entertainment. I'm gonna watch it, you know.
Right. Right. Well, you know, I went into it always thinking that it was just entertainment. I never was at a point where I was like, "Oh my god, this is so good because it's real," you know? I never did that, you know,
Which
not
is
with any of the
embarrassing to me,
cryptid.
Nikki, because I went in when the show first came out. I thought, oh my god, they're really gonna have an actual show about looking for Bigfoot,
For
really?
Bigfoot.
And I
Uh-huh.
just totally went into it like, oh my god, let's see if they find Bigfoot. Let's see if they get some stuff on camera. And I just was so excited, and I watched the whole damn series, man. I mean, everything. I mean, all the
I
way
was
to
always hopeful, but I think in the back of my mind, I always knew that, well, if they find Bigfoot, there goes the show. That's the end. That's
absolutely
the end,
right,
you know?
right,
They're kinda
yeah,
making it so that they can't find Bigfoot so they can continue every
yeah,
year. And
Yeah,
it
but
went longer than I thought.
and it brought a lot of popularity to the subject as well. A lot of new people and
it
a
did,
lot of new stories, a lot of bad information too. And
it did.
so, good or bad, it's kind of there and what it is with it. But yeah, I figured that would have, um, helped people with their belief in it. But with those stats right there, did we find out what part of the country it was from, or?
Yes, I have them right now. Look at I
Oh,
just pulled it
oh,
up right now.
hey, look at that. Well,
I
there,
was
great
reading your
transition right
mind.
there. Great
You went
transition,
doo
huh?
doo 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 doo. So, of
Mind
those
speak
stats
works.
yeah, of those stats,
Wow.
belief in Bigfoot, according to the US Census 2020, the region, 13% were out of the West, okay? And that's from New Mexico up and to the West. And then you have the Midwest at 11%, the South at a 10%, and the Northeast at 9%. I really thought the Northeast would be a little bit higher, but
Me
you
too.
know,
Really?
it depends on where the samplings were taken from. So, in this case, the West had a higher number.
Hmm.
Now, if you want to look at urbanicity, 14% was rural, of course. People who live in the rural outside areas were more likely to, say they believed in Bigfoot because they probably seen one. I mean, that could correlate, maybe because they're in a rural area, they have had some kind of
Hmm.
encounter or something happen weird. Because it drops to 9% in suburban areas and jumps back up to 11% in urban. So that could, it's kind of very small numbers there, but that could be the weekend warrior type of deal. That they're living in the city, but they go out into the woods in the weekends.
Hmm.
So let me check chat. I believe what does my eye say? Boom. I believe most of the people I have heard here, but I believe there is a twist to all of this. I think Leon is right. We need to do something different because there is a twist. And Leon is probably going to show up. He got some guests right before the show, so he couldn't come on. Um, but hopefully he will and he can answer some more questions. At Brent. That's what I was trying to get at all the TV shows and documentaries over the years. I thought that they would be a lot higher on the percentage.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the Bigfoot, I mean the like, well, and I won't include Expedition Bigfoot because that came along later, and I never watched it. I didn't like that show. Sorry, I just. But you can
I
say what
only
you
watched
want
the
to
first one.
about finding Bigfoot, but I mean, as Brent really kind of mentioned in a roundabout manner, the one thing that finding Bigfoot did do is it sure got a lot more people interested that probably wouldn't have been, so it really did kind
Yeah.
of like play
Yeah.
it more into mainstream media, it got the subject more recognized. So you can say what you want about the show, but it did do that, if
Right.
nothing else.
Well, it's got a parody on South Park, so.
Yeah,
some-
and it's,
Does it really?
right there. Yeah,
you know,
that's how I found out
it.
about Finding Bigfoot was through South Park.
That's
Oh
right.
my gosh, I'm gonna
You
have
know
to
you
go
made it if you get a parody on
find that
there.
one.
Yeah.
Tracy Bennett says, I also think it is entertainment. So is Bigfoot Expedition. They don't spend days and nights in the woods. They look too clean, and she has a manicure.
I know, huh? She's like her nails are
Like,
done.
you
It's like her
can't have
hair
your
is
nails
done.
done.
It's all. But anybody that goes camping out there for more than a few days, man, you don't look that fresh, that clean. I bet you they spend like probably a night out there every week or so. Then they just go drive to a local hotel or something like that after their little night walk or something. They're like, oh yeah, let's go hop in the SUV since we're that far off the road and just go drive to the local hotel and take a nice fresh shower, get a nice clean shave.
Hotel.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on, they could glam camping, They could set
That's
them
some.
up with some.
Nah. No, you could tell that they weren't really out there for that long
They're
period of time.
just a little too fresh.
Way too fresh. And I know that lady was saying that she likes to, look nice out there in the woods, which is great. It's all that stuff. But man, this is like, wow, she does her makeup, she does her
Hey,
hair, and
I
it's
went
great.
on. I went on to the Mogollon Rim and I put my makeup on every morning. And Papa C and Mogs can say that.
But no, that's great. But she's out there. She's out there like roughing it, like peeing and pooping in a hole type of thing. And so she's like, it's like, wow, she has all that time to do all that. I could see her there just with like a mirror
There's
or something,
always
just
time.
doing her makeup there in the middle of the woods. Nah, she ain't doing that, man. And she's doing it at a hotel with a big vanity mirror like that. And she'll be like, all right, Russ, let's get ready to go. Let's go LARP Bigfoot again. Hypothetically speaking.
I'll fight for you, girl. We always have time for makeup. Let's see. Go Seahawks. Maybe.
Maya says she's still cleaning dirt from her fingernails from camping last weekend.
Yeah, that's realistic right there. I mean,
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the same show though that it said it took like Russ Accord 3 days to climb this hill when a girl did it in flip flops in like 30-45 minutes or something like that. So it kind of shows you where that show's at there.
Thank you, Uncle Bones. Look, I knew somebody would do the math because I wouldn't do it. He's saying that one meal would equal to 110,000 believers. And 360 million would equal 39 million believers at that rate of 11%. So there you go. That sounds more like it to me. Sounds more anyway.
Not so lonely.
Thank you, Uncle Bones.
Yeah.
Let me check any more questions. Nikki, if you equated those numbers to millions of people, it would be 13,000 people per million. What? That's not what Uncle Bones got. So I don't know now. Let's see. Let's go, Nikki. Me too. My skin routine goes backpacking with me. There you go. My eyes. Goes with us. It always goes with me. I put on the coffee first thing, and then I sit down and do my routine. Percentage considering the sample. Like I said, large percentage considering the small sample at Fridge. I just agree with your math. Sorry, 11% of a mil is 110,000. Okay. We get the picture. It's a lot. It's a lot more. Bigfoot Expedition is still on the air. Oh, is Bigfoot Expedition? It is, right? It's in.
Yeah, they're in Alaska right now.
Is it the third season?
Third season of Russ Cord and his big backpack.
Yeah.
I mean, that should get like its own little promo spot itself.
I wouldn't want to carry that thing. Looks like it
it's
weighs
like
70
overkill.
pounds.
It's
I
like
think I may have
overkill.
watched the first couple of episodes when it first came out, but I mean, I was just so disillusioned because, like I said, man, I was drinking the Kool-Aid when they came out with Finding Bigfoot, man. But I was so disillusioned by like that show, and of course, then they had what Mr. Lee would call the knucklehead shows, which is like mountain monsters and stuff, which was just too ridiculous.
No, yeah. But
But
those
I was
were
just so
really fun to
disillusioned
watch.
by that. I never even really watched Bigfoot or Expedition Bigfoot because first couple episodes I'm like, yeah, now this is a lot more of the same, man. So
Yeah. Hello, Leon.
Funny. I'm sorry.
I like that little chicken sound in there.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, I was listening. So I just had the director for a recovery center pop in right now, and just having to decompress from how crazy the day was. So my God, so that's why I was a little late. So just like
You're good.
But I was watching what you were saying. She was watching too. So, and I heard my name mentioned. Don't mind.
We're always talking about you, Leon.
Right,
All good. It's always all good.
Yeah,
most of it. Yeah, most.
But I had sent you, the slides earlier, a little bit earlier anyway. Had you seen the numbers? You saw, let me go back real quick just to refresh you. So we started out with the adult belief in common conspiracy theories, and Bigfoot rated 11% out of the 3,455 responses in this survey.
Yep.
So, and then we have some people in the chat that were doing the numbers for every million. They all race to come to the right numbers, and it adds up. The numbers would add up for a pretty large group of us that actually believe in Bigfoot. And we went through the regions, the West seeming to be holding top notch there in
yeah, boy.
And that most of these people who believe in Bigfoot live in rural areas.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense, that makes sense. So we are now at belief in Bigfoot by age.
By age.
By age.
It should be between 35 and 54. Yeah. What's it? Oh, really? Millennials?
So yeah, it kind of looks like it's teeters between the Gen Z and Gen Xers.
Right.
The 18 to 24-year-olds is at 13%, and the 35 to 54 is at 12%. I kind of think that should be the other way around, but this is just a small sampling, so of course that you got to take that into consideration.
Well, the good thing is the younger generation, if we can get them to change the fluid of the coffee or Kool-Aid they're drinking to the more scientific and critical thinking, because they'll recognize the other bullshit. They're more readily to recognize BS when they see it. So.
Right. Well, as long as we keep getting guys, like Sasquatch Out of the Shadows, Alex Petikoff and Tate Hieronymus and
Brand.
that group of guys. Yeah, Brent. I guess Brent. Where are you at on that list there, Brent? Are you?
For what? Yeah, I'm a Gen X. I'm Gen X. Best generation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Leon's a boomer.
I'm a baby bumper.
You're a boomer, as my kids will call you. My kids are Zoomers.
I'm a little disappointed.
Zoomers, yeah. Under 18 is Zoomers.
Zoomers.
Yeah, my kids keep trying to label me as a boomer, but I'm like, no, I'm Gen X, man. It's like the best generation out there. No offense.
Hey.
Just saying.
Well, obviously, because if it's 55 plus like me and Leon, and it's only 10%, I'm a little disappointed because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in that group, and wait, what's wrong with these old men?
They don't care anymore usually.
They're jaded.
Oh gosh, I could have a really bad comment right now, but
Oh, go ahead.
okay.
Who cares?
Oh, we need it.
No.
I just need to
Okay.
make it foot with a toe pointing out my direction on a video the other night.
We're not going to be talking about that.
I got a new best friend. I got a new best friend.
At first, I didn't know what you were talking. Now I understand. I get what you're
Yeah,
talking about
for
now.
those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you will never know then.
We'll just say
Okay.
I got a new best friend.
Yeah,
Brent got a new best friend. So
we did.
I did check out that video you mentioned, Brent, on the show that hunting for Bigfoot. I think it was Sasquatch.
The what?
The movie,
What?
Tubi,
Oh.
or Guy, or whatever it's called. The documentary movie you said.
Oh, okay. Oh, Flashes of Beauty. Yeah, yeah.
No, the other one. The other one.
Hunting Bigfoot.
Oh, Hunting Bigfoot. Yes. Okay.
That was a great movie. Because it shows you about the dump truck load of show you had to watch to get the part of the evidence you wanted to get, which is the results from that the DNA that we should look into with Steve and get what's his name, Haskell, to contact those other scientists to say, can you send me a copy of what your research is, so he could take a look at it and also evolve it a bit more, because both those guys were perplexed by what they saw. So let's see what they were perplexed.
It's a movie.
What?
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's
yeah. I don't think that's real DNA.
That guy. It was a movie about the guy, though. The documentary of what he does, isn't it?
No, it's all fake.
It's 100% fake.
Even that's an actor fake. Yeah, it's not his real name.
Oh, that's too bad. Then I got fooled by it. That's the problem. With
Me too, man.
I went in the middle of the night and then watching that afterwards. You never do that at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was like really talking it up, and Sean's like, "Hey, man, that's not real." I'm like, "Oh, and then I looked into he sent me some stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, that was really good. That was really, really good." Yeah.
I was embarrassed.
The scenario is. Go ahead, Joe.
I was embarrassed because when Brent said, we were talking about it the other night, and Brent said, and I thought, man, that's a really good documentary. It's sad though, and Brent was like, yeah, but it's not real. And I went, yeah, But the whole time when he said it's not real, inside I went, oh, shit,
it's not real.
It wasn't. You found out once again, even though we've been embarrassed before. I know, it's crazy.
No, he did that was an amazing job. I'm sorry, that was an amazing job though, wasn't it? On how the Bigfoot fever can, because I think that the director is familiar with the subject and like modeled that character after a lot of different characters in this subject and just nailed it perfectly.
Well, a lot of the characters represented you're talking about graphs and that the levels that are out here. Mm-hmm. And the arguments that come against the topic and the infighting between the two, well, they don't know anything about Sasquatch, and then they say, well, he's closed-minded.
For those in the chat who don't know what we're talking about, it's a movie called Hunting Bigfoot, and you can find it on Tubi or Amazon Prime.
And you don't have to download Tubi. You can just actually watch it. That's the good thing about Tubi. You don't have to give them your information or nothing. You can just actually watch every show on there live without paying a cent.
Yeah, it's an app. Good app download on your phone too.
Yeah. Good. They just stalk you that way.
So now I've got belief in Bigfoot compared with annual household income.
Yeah.
So according to these stats, it's 43%. Agree that Bigfoot is a living creature, make less than $50,000 a year. That's the number one slot here. Let me go to this side so you can see what I'm doing. So, and then it goes down from there. So, according to this, the richer you are, the less you are likely to believe in Bigfoot. Oops, I hate it when I do that. Oh man. According to these stats. The middle range there is 50,000 to 100,000, which actually takes a jump into the disagree here, 34%. And again, for the 100K to 150, 21% versus 15%. So again, they disagree. I just noticed how that all three of those are higher in the disagree, that they doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, belief systems, you come out of a family system that has a low income, it means that you also don't have options available to you in regards to education. So the environment your family's at, and I'm not saying because you come from below poverty, because I did, income in the family, that you're a moron or anything like that. But what I'm suggesting is that the environment you're raised in at the beginning, if you don't have resources that other people may have, so some of these lower incomes may have, like people that are in the lower, less than 5K or 50K or 100K, usually 50K though, below 50, you're also prone to also conspiracy oriented style thinking and stuff like that too. And it's because you can't trust your own basic powers as a little kid. What I'm seeing is what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is what I'm hearing. I'll tell you what you're seeing and I'll tell you what you're hearing. You have parents that are authoritarian almost. And so you are start second guessing your own superpower, or your basic powers. I call them superpowers of how do you know what you know?
Right.
I only know what people tell me. Or it was like Monty Python, or Life of Brian from Monty Python. Brian is trying to convince his followers, because he's born on the same day as Jesus. He's trying to convince his followers, look, you should figure this out yourself. And the whole group's standing there going, yes, 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 we should figure it all out ourselves. He goes, yes, yes, exactly. You guys figure it out yourself. And then there's a pause, and then they'll say, tell us how to figure it out. Tell us how to do that. Well, that's the part of the educational part. Like I'm supposed to, like I was talking to that director who was here tonight, he said, our job as educators is to point the answer where they find the answer. Their job is to go and discover the answer. If they're not going to do that, that's your first sign that they're not really interested in finding the answer. If it's not that important for them to find the answer themselves, when you like, I want to go learn to drive to Calgary. Well, I got to figure out the highway. I got to look at the road map. I got to, no. We rather have our GPS unit tell us how to drive there. Turn left here, turn right there. And that affects our capacity in regards to visual navigating through nature. And that's been showing up lately in the studies and stuff, that we have a very hard time easily getting lost now. Whereas before we would look for visual clues, we don't look for visual clues. We listen to the voice.
Mm-hmm.
The voice, there's an interesting little face.
Right. That's true. Just like a lot of younger kids, teens, they're like, well, how did you get pizza delivered back in the day?
Yeah.
Because we knew the streets. We knew the streets. We knew where to go. We just knew where to turn and go to that street, because you learned. You kept it in your mind. You didn't let it go in one place and out the other. You learned.
Or phone numbers.
Yeah. How did you call your friends? Well, you learned the number. I learned my best friend's number. Yeah. And that's what you do. I still remember a ton of numbers from way back, but that's just, we've changed, all having a computer in your hand all day has changed things drastically.
No, everything. Radio Shack or cell phones are now. Everything that you bought at Radio Shack you have on your phone.
Yeah. You don't even need them. They're closing down those places. So this is I think the last slide I have in regards to the surveys. And this one is from Chapman University out of Orange, California. And it is back from 2018. And it was about paranormal beliefs. And who asked? I just had them up. So somebody just asked about ghosts. So this one's going to have a little bit of the paranormal on there. And out of... oh, look, this one doesn't say how many were in this survey. So I don't know. 58% believed that places can be haunted by spirits. So there was a huge belief in ghosts. 57% ancient advanced civilizations such as Atlantis once existed. 41% aliens have visited Earth in our ancient past. Well, that's kind of specific, or it doesn't say now. Oh, the next one is aliens have come to Earth in modern times, 35%. So that dropped. And some people can move objects with their minds, telekinesis, 26%. And Bigfoot is a real creature at 21%. And fortune tellers and psychics can foresee the future, 17% in this particular survey.
Well, that's a little better than the last one, isn't it? We're up like what, 10%?
You don't know what the margin of error is, though. It might be just.
Yeah.
Because some of these stats I know too, like 70% of the population believe that they'll see their dead relatives after they pass away, or actually have seen their dead. And then another one is just went out of my brain there. It'll come back to me, I'm sure. But and so I mean, when you look at this is kind of interesting too. Is so you have these columns of different ideas and stuff out there, and some of the people in the audience are looking at that, and some of them believe in that kind of stuff at a low percentage. Some of us don't. I don't believe in all of these ones except for this Bigfoot, which is. I know these things can happen. I have experiences with some of these things, but the alien ones kind of surprising. Have come to Earth in modern times is pretty low, considering the aliens have visited Earth. In our
so I think if we took that survey again, that exact same survey again now, 4 years later, that I think those numbers would be changed. Because so much has happened in the last few years in regards to UFO stuff.
Right.
So I'm sure that would change for sure. For sure. So somebody in the chat, wait, who was it? I don't know if I can go all the way to the top and see. It's like the first person in the chat. Linda Brown. I think it was Linda Brown who asked for a actual definition of pareidolia, which we've done on several shows. We've done that before. Joe's done it, and Matt's just done a pareidolia show. The tendency to perceive a specific, often meaningful image in a random or ambiguous visual pattern. The scientific explanation for some people is pareidolia, or the human ability to see shapes or make pictures out of randomness. And it's a very strong thing in our mind that, our minds want to make faces out of specific things, that's what the
old holdover instinct. It's an old instinct from way back when we had to deal with being possible prey for things like saber-tooths and other predators. That's a holdover because, I mean, if you think about it, as I've said before, pareidolia probably saved our asses or our ancient ancestors' asses quite a few times, thinking they saw a face. It could come in handy because sometimes that face might actually be a short-faced bear or a saber-tooth or something like that. So it is kind of like an old holdover, and your brain still does it.
Yeah.
And the problem with pareidolia too is that what people keep thinking that, like you say, well, that looks like pareidolia. They go into looking at it. Well, no, it's not pareidolia, but you don't understand how your brain's doing it. So your brain kind of goes through all the files in your visual cortex center, and it looks and it tries to put the shape of what happens to find in the file onto the object. That's what's happening with pareidolia. So it's really hard. Again, if you've done caving or whatever like that, one of the things that if you're with an instructor, you'll go really deep in the cave, and then he'll say, everyone turn off your lights, and everyone turns off the lights, and then the next question is, do you guys see anything? And you hear people say, yeah, actually I can still see so and so, and I can still see this, and I can still see that, because you can't see any of that. Your brain's reproducing it. And that's kind of the problem with pareidolia. There's another one that's for your auditorial system too, which is it'll fool your auditorial system, and a few other ones. Oh my God.
So this is a real popular photo that's been going out there, and I have to admit, it got me. It got me the very first time I saw this photo and thought, "Oh, look at her legs." She's got something going on there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But it's not. And I know a lot of you are looking it out right now, but she's holding a bag of popcorn.
Yeah, see, how long it takes for your eyes to shift over to see it as a popcorn bag.
Yeah, and now I see the popcorn bag all the time because I've learned. My mind has learned what it is.
I see it now. I didn't at first till you said popcorn bag.
It goes in with the surrounding perimeters, right? So your brain's struggling with looking at an image and the colorations and the textures, and it's trying to make contextual sense of it, so you can't actually see what you're actually looking at. So,
well, I have a really good one too. That actually I have to really look at it to help to make. Oh, see, I'm trying to move it, and I have to go all the way over here. This one is really good. It sometimes it takes people a while to adjust on this one.
Yeah. So first, your brain's going to go to the primary two males.
Yes.
And that's going to go to the second, and then your brain's going to open up and go to a context of what you're seeing on in the second picture. I'm saying it so that people can see it,
right?
If they're seeing it.
So, you see two old guys, right? And then if you focus, you've got a woman on one side and a man on the other side singing with a guitar. So hopefully you all see that now. This just came out on a Facebook page.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
With no explanation or anything, but of course I knew I can see what it is, and most people did, but doesn't it look really similar to that window picture? The Bigfoot looking in.
Yep.
If you were to put a glass pane there and have the background dark, to me that's what it looks like. But
that's your brain going back into your files.
Yeah.
You're taking on to this. You guys, what do you think it is, Brant and Joe?
It's a toothless Bigfoot with no nose.
It's a what?
It's a toothless, well, actually half bald, toothless, partially bald Bigfoot with no teeth. And no nose.
I think it's upside down. Isn't it? No?
No.
No.
But at least he's got no boogers, because you can look right down those snot holes.
That's true.
Okay.
It's funny.
This was just some randos.
Can you tell me what it was?
Oh, it's a dog face.
It's a dog nose.
Angel got it. It's a dog snout.
Yeah, it's a dog snout.
Yeah.
Possible dog man. We're still not quite sure. It's being vetted out currently. Possible dog man sighting.
Well, a lot of people were saying bear, but I don't see bear out of that. I see dog.
No, that's a dog.
It's a dog, yeah. Oh, by the way, folks, I just got a message from Steve. He just got home, so yeah, he's not doing a show tonight. So, because he just got home, so there won't be a.
You could message him back and tell him we all said he's a slacker.
I already did. Tell him he's a slacker.
Slacker.
You can tell him to come on if he wants to come on. You can send him the link. So there's just a lot of little examples of faces and things. I do that all the time. And I remember, I think Lockbeard said that he sees faces in like tile. I do too. Every time I go into somebody's bathroom or the airport or something, I see dragons and I see all kinds of things in the tile.
You're on magic mushrooms. That's why you're seeing them.
Yeah. I don't think that's normal, Nikki.
If you're on
dragons everywhere.
Hey, I get through the airport just fine.
Being chased by a dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, why does that say nothing? Oh, that's why. And then these were just some little fun ones. I don't even know if it's going to play or not. Let's see. Because it's been sitting for an hour waiting. I am going to turn that hideous music off. But kind of the same little things. What do you see? And there's just like 4 or 5 of them there. I'll just let it play through while we talk.
I saw the Partridge Family. Sorry, that's what I saw.
Yeah, I did too. I like that one's pretty.
Spaced automatically is what I see. Yeah.
Yeah, the first thing is the bigger. Usually, I see the bigger picture first.
Geez, that one.
Oh, I remember this one.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, they were like some people see black and gold, and other people. Yeah, I saw that.
I see the white gold dress.
White, gold or black and blue.
Yeah.
I see black and blue.
Really? That one's hard. I don't see that. Well, I see the dog and the bird.
Dog. Yeah.
Bird on a twig.
Is that the first thing you saw was the bird?
Well, I've seen this before. I used this video in one of my classes.
Oh.
Cheater.
A horse.
Cheater. I see the horse. What else am I looking for?
See the Bigfoot in the background right there in the trees?
No.
He's waving with his arms.
Yeah.
A woman. Where am I
be a
seeing a
woman?
woman?
Right
Go
there.
back to the horse one. I can't see the woman.
I am perplexed by that one.
Okay, I see a
Yeah,
fish.
me too.
I see the fish on a plate.
I mean, it literally looks like a horse.
girl winking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm confused. I gotta go back to the horse one.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I think it's this one. Yeah.
Oh, next one. Oh, that's it.
Oh, the woman in the white. Okay. I was looking at the whole.
Oh, I see right there. I
woman in
guess.
her
Your
sexy
arms
thing
and
right
back.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Whatever.
The pattern of the horse's color. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Come on, Jill. Get on that.
I get it. I see the one. Yeah, I see it now.
I was not paying attention. What do you see? I see 3 legs. She's got a bowl or something next to her vase. There you go.
The woman with 3 legs. There you go.
I see a picture. What is that? Oh, is that Jesus?
Jesus.
Where?
Is that Jesus?
Yes.
Black lines.
Black lines are Jesus Christ. I do faintly see what should have probably people would take as Jesus.
Jesus. Joe. A bear or a mountain.
Bear or a mountain.
I saw those.
I see a mountain. So, old lady.
Old lady first off, and then young lady second. But I saw the old lady first.
Young lady.
That one tells you how your brain works too. That particular picture, left or right.
Huh. A leaf.
I saw the lips first.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see the lips?
Well, I mean, I can see that it's a leaf shaped like lips. Yeah. Skeleton face. Yeah.
That one's
But
kind
I
of
can't
cool.
see the 2 kids.
Yeah.
Twisted.
A lot of people probably didn't even see that.
So anyway, why did I put stop there? So that must mean it is time. It is time for the news segment, or not the news segment, but the next segment. There.
Show me what you got. Jim, you heard them said, show me what you got. Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
I love that. I love that. That is hilarious.
So on the show me what you got is you send in your photos or pics, videos that you would like to be shared with the panel. You send a picture in a picture you have always wanted to know about and the history behind. God, I keep getting tangled up. Go ahead and send it. Like if you find something on Facebook or on the internet and you want more information about it, you can go ahead and send it and submit those photos to me at hairymanhoaxes@gmail.com. All entries will be anonymous from this day forward. So we will not be talking about who they came from.
And then people can say we're mean anyway for analyzing the photos.
Right. So that's the only changes we're going to be having here. I'm going to keep on with show me what you got, and it's just going to be anonymous, so you won't know. So I did have an anonymous. Well, you know what? Let's start with what this person sent, and he doesn't care if he's anonymous or not. But I'm not. Why won't it go? Why won't it go? There we go. We had this picture a long time ago in one of the shows. It was the blue snowy mountains, New South Wales, Australia, the 1932 photo of these two gentlemen and a supposedly yowie sitting in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are really convinced that this was the big dude sitting back there anonymously. These two people didn't evidently see that. There is a video out in regards to one of the gentlemen, the friend. These are his friends. And he always wondered, about, well, I don't remember any of that and stuff. So there's a small video out there. If I think about it, I'll go put it on the link. I didn't put it down below yet. I just made everything disappear. I hate it when I do that. Okay. But this is what we see. If we lighten up the picture, you can see how the background has a building in it, and there are two people near the back. So there's actually two people that are right there at that location. And once you lighten up the picture, the contrast a little bit, you can see where it's just a tree. It's just a tree. The body completely changes to its natural form because you're not giving it all that dark contrast. I'll go back. Okay.
And now you can see the people. One has,
Yeah. Now you see the people back there, and they're right there next to it. I doubt they would be sitting on the big thing's lap, holding on to his legs or whatever.
Yeah, looking at it. What's that? It's
right.
What's your size?
So that is that. And I hope they're watching. I haven't seen them in this chat today. And then this was sent in, and it has many Littlefoot and fairies. Did it come out? There it goes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I don't even think there's much to say about when you find stuff like that.
Look at all them red circles.
I know. They're lovely. We need red arrows. Now
I need arrows.
Kaiju needs arrows. You need explanation.
Yep. Paragraph.
This is very typical of what you will find online these days. People wanting to, but maybe not so many, but circling their evidence that they think is their evidence of what they see in Bigfoot. Maybe they did see all this stuff, but this picture wouldn't prove that. It wouldn't. It really doesn't do anything.
Well, it proves their narrative that they're creating with everything that they're doing. That's what it does. It backs up, validates it, and we just don't have the mindset to see it because we are not as good as those people.
Donald. Oh, I'll have to look. I don't recall, Donald, what you
Are you
sent.
sure we're not as good, Brad?
Don't recall. Where am
What's that?
Okay, if you want to look at good pixies, go check out.
Sure we're not as good.
Okay, now I need to not share that. Come back here, and I have.
We're not real.
I have one more thing that was sent in, and where is it? Here we go. And this is a video, and the individual sent it in and said that this was a UFO that came through his house.
Through the house.
Yes,
Through the house. That's
through
good.
the house.
That's cool.
This would be interesting.
And we should believe him.
It's a lantern.
No. Yeah, I've seen those UFOs, man. Those are like, man,
They're real.
he needs to call the MIBs because that's bad news.
Yeah. Well,
They're gonna abduct them,
Wow.
do some anal probes and stuff.
Look at that UFO. It looks just like a lantern.
Well, that's how they hide in plain sight, dude.
yeah, they disguise.
Come on.
Yeah. So obviously that one was a total joke one, right?
Yes.
Brevity.
That last one, yes, that was a joke. It was a joke
That's a good
for
one.
me to say. Now, people send stuff out and they post stuff and they say this is what it is. Are we to just believe them? There's a lot of people are saying, well, believe them. So when I see something like that, and I know that's a lantern and it's going back and forth, can I not say, hey, that's a lantern, and no, it's not a UFO? But that's how I feel when I see trees and rocks and people post a picture and say, this is a Bigfoot. And I don't see anything there. That's like what I want to say. No, I only see a tree and a rock because that's what I feel is there. So it's kind of like it goes both ways. You can't tell somebody, you can't tell them no, because then you get criticized for, coming out on them.
Right.
But we want to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell the truth. I don't, there's nothing there.
Yeah. And
So
on a side note there too, I get a lot of people who send me trackways, and some have water in them and stuff like that. Look, if you're going to send me a picture of a trackway that had water in it, get a turkey baster with your Bigfoot kit and suck the water out. It'll probably show you the track that's underneath, or especially if it's a hooved animal. But that's the thing too, is I don't like looking at people's tracks because I can't see it, the details I need to look at to see if it's a actual track of a Sasquatch, unless it's an actual track of a Sasquatch kind of thing. But there's some pretty good guys that have given out some pictures of that could probably fool most people, but you don't know what to look for, and so you won't know what you're looking for. So if you have pictures, take them to a sporting store or hunting shop and show them their pictures. Hey, what do you think made this track or this crap or crap? Because sometimes you can find some really unique crap out there. That's what I like about the British Columbia hunting sites is a lot of people do that, and they show it to the masses. They're not squatchers, and they ask everyone's opinion. Have you seen this kind of feces before? Have you seen this kind of track before? And they're not getting attacked or anything like that. And that's the funny thing is there's so much temperamentalness that's going on there. But if you have a track and you're not sure, that's telling you right there, learn about tracking in different environments. So whatever you have questions for us, that's actually telling you, no matter what the topic is, that's an area you need to focus on for your own research of how to tell things, like structures. So the tax man doesn't come back.
Yeah, Bat Mom just had a comment, and I don't know if she's half joking or not. I think she might be.
I think she's joking.
But yeah. If I know her, like I think so. But she's right though. People will, I mean, the best I can say sometimes to somebody, and not being without being, accused of being you're just a bully and a troll, is tell people with their pictures is like, okay, You may be seeing a Bigfoot in here. You might be, but I'm not. I'm just seeing a tree stump or some leaves with light play and shadow. And then they'll invariably answer something like that. Well, you're just not open to it. You're just not open to seeing it. And I'm okay.
Pure enough heart. Well, I want to point out another interesting thing.
Be defective.
You went and showed us those patterns or those statistics. And the brain, we were looking at the statistics. There's people who would use those statistics as validating that, oh, they must be real in regards to the highest on the bars.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you got to watch out for, is because you see a lot of volume in numbers. Your brain looks at numbers as being a factual data, and you have to look outside of, and especially when it comes to studies of statistics, you have to understand, first of all, understand how to do statistics, which I hate. To do statistics correctly, I can't even pronounce the word. It's that repulsive to me. But I have to go with what the statistics are on things when they're validated. So it doesn't mean that 43% of the population of the U.S. or 50 million people or so buy into it. That they're just asking what they believe again, which isn't a factual. It's a belief system.
So people are starting to sending me stuff now. I don't know if I'm going to get to it to put on to this show, but thank you. And we'll get it on to not next week's show, but this week after that, because next week is Squatchaween. So we're going to be having nothing but fun next week. So Curious Cryptid said, I expect Leon will say Noel was honest. A bit simplistic, but honest.
In his belief system. That's right.
In his belief.
Well,
belief system.
This is how I caught on. If you noticed, Leon is just Noel spelled backwards.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Shizzle my nizzle. You just blew my mind, dude.
That's why I respond back.
Oh. Wow. We got the yin yang, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
It's the yin yang. Thank God we got the good side, huh?
Bad Joe. Bad Joe. Bad.
So I wanted to do this little thing with y'all. This is my rendition of how I think about the community, okay? And how we all have roles to play, okay? But what did I do? I'm in the wrong place. Okay, there. But we're all mixed up. We're all over the place, okay? And if we can try to work together and be able to criticize each other without getting butthurt, that maybe we can start putting the pieces together. And when all the pieces come together, we can have something that we can call a decent community. And this is taking me longer because I made it harder.
I like the Star Trek font, though. That's awesome. I dig that.
Which one's that? This one?
No, the one going down Bigfoot's body.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
This goes over here. Nope. See, I was wrong.
What's how complex it is? You haven't figured out how it all fits.
Well, see, that's part of it. Is we're trying to figure. Oops. We're trying to figure it all out. Now I'm lost. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I'd put that one there to there.
Are you sure? No.
Okay.
That one right there to there.
Yeah.
No.
This one goes here. And then this one goes here.
That's the thing is people don't. I don't think some people realize that. Well, I can speak for myself. I'm like this with everybody. Even the people that are my who I consider my trusted associates. We don't always agree on everything, man. And I mean, we can be like, and they can say something, and I can be like, well, I don't think so. I mean, and it could be something as simple as catching something on a FLIR heat signature, and you'll say, if somebody will say, I think it's an opossum, and I can look at it and go, man, no, I think it's a raccoon, or I mean, but I don't always, I'm like this with everybody, man. If I think you're wrong, I'm gonna probably tell you you're wrong.
Well, the other weird thing too is,
and I expect the same from them when it comes to me.
Yes, I mean that's exactly the weird thing about it is we do that all everything we people rag on us about. Oh, you're being mean, you're being very critical and very negative. We do that with each other. That's how we vet our data. We don't want to just give you guys just garbage and then point a picture and say, well, this is a sad. Well, Leon still says this is still a Sasquatch. Leon could still be wrong. And the idea about vetting it and sending the wolves out. I mean, we have kind wolves in our forest that we send our data back to, but don't be gullible. That's the whole point. Like that whole Monty Python thing is, yes, figure it out yourself. Yes, so great one, figure it out yourself. Tell us how to do that. No, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You are much more smarter and have more capacity than you could possibly imagine. Instead of doing it as, oh God, more shit, do it for fun and creativity.
All right.
Man, it also lifts up this seriousness that, like we're talking about. God, I deal with people who want to blow their brains out and walk around with 6 little grenades, for their toddlers to find in their bloody master bedroom, like in a shoebox. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Well, no, you take the information of what you want, and this is Sasquatch is, we should look at it as a hobby investigator. So it cuts down some of this stuff of everyone feeling so important with the Dunning-Kruger effect of knowing much more than what they actually do, or knowing. So the ones who actually do know more stuff, like, oh my God, Brent, you just made me feel like a fool when I told you about that video, thinking that end of that video, thinking about there's an opportunity there, that's how desperate I am, but I need correction. And so you correct me. Do I look stupid and embarrassed? Well, a little bit, because I thought, well, there's an option there. The whole thing might have been bullshit, but if that part's true, and we have people that we can send our shit to, or Steve does, that would benefit from that. That would be an interesting piece of data to swoop up, collect, get the hard copy of it, have a professional look at it, tell us what is it in there that they're mystified by. But because it's some strange documentary that's not true that they all did it. Well, Leon, you know body language. How come you didn't pick that up? Well, because it was 3 a.m. after dealing with some craziness online that showed up. So my brain was still in the craziness. I didn't even know if I wanted to watch that video, because I thought it's going to keep me in the Sasquatch craziness of some of the personalities that are out here. I wanted to go to bed, but it was I thought it was interesting. It covered all, like you looked at it as the layering of how they did it. Yeah, that's the whole thing in a nutshell. You have all those kind of people saying all this kind of stuff, everyone doing the stuff. But it makes it look like, it has a bad taste, makes us look bad. We should have a bad taste. We haven't done anything for 55 years.
And that individual in that movie is a representation of what we see out there.
Yeah.
And what can happen to people if they get too lost in the story or the narrative.
It makes me think of when I was at the expo. So there was a presenter, and I think it's called, what's it called? Is it called the Baker photo or whatever? And people were like, well, what do you think about it?
The
people
Baker
were coming up
photo?
after me later. It's a bear. I mean, that's my opinion. It looks like a bear, but everybody says it's a Bigfoot leaning over. And I just told people honestly, I said, look, I could be wrong. Maybe it's a Bigfoot, but to me, I'm looking at a bear myself. And so, people go, really? You think so? I mean, they weren't like, oh, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about anymore. They were pretty receptive about it. They asked me, what do you think? And I gave my honest opinion. I was like, I think it's a bear. I think it's a bear.
Yeah. Digging for grubs. I think there's a couple on the left side of it too.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the black and white trail cam photo one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Talking about?
Yeah, it's one of those.
It was just circulated again, I think, by Rocky Mountain Sasquatch again, I think.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of days ago.
Shoot.
Come on, you guys. Come on. Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
I don't blame them, but I mean, like.
And one guy mentioned, he was like, well, look at how long the legs are. And I'm like, yeah, have you ever seen black bears? Some of them can have pretty long legs. It depends on the environment they are. I mean, if people don't realize, like, if there's black bears in an area where
the Jacobs photos, that's what I was thinking of.
Swampy, they'll often have longer legs than bears that live in areas where there is no swamp. And I know people don't realize that. It's called adapting to your environment, right? So bears can have long legs.
But also, when was the photo taken? Was it taken in the springtime when they come out of hibernation? Because they're going to be pretty scrawny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no more scientific kind of questions and advice there, Joe. You're really throwing the show.
It's all right. It's all right. But
I don't regret my education.
Oh man. Here we go. Where are we at? It won't let me. It won't let me do what I need to do. News. We have got Dalvin Cook. Bigfoot sits courtside at the Timberwolves season opener.
Nice.
There we go.
There he is.
So Minnesota Vikings running back Dalvin Cook watched the Timberwolves beat the Oklahoma City Thunders 115-108 at the Target Center on Wednesday night, and he was sitting next to the big guy.
Look at that costume. It's going to be used now. Out there.
That has got to be hot. I don't think you could sit in that for a whole dang game.
I don't know. I'm considered on taking that picture and posting it in some believer Bigfoot groups and be like, guys, we got the proof. Finally, we found him. Here he is. It is a cover up.
Hey, I've got pictures of that Bigfoot playing football, man.
Ooh.
It says it's unclear whether or not Cook knew the furry spectator, but the two did pose for a few pics based on Cook's Instagram story. He seemed particularly amused by Bigfoot's take on the Heisman pose. And that's pretty much all it says on that one. And now I got to do this. It makes you go all the way back, present. And the second story I found is Florida Bigfoot horror movie shot in Hillsborough County. This comes out of Spectrum News and was October 23rd. It states that in Tampa, Florida, a newly released horror film and thriller movie called The Wild Man, which was shot in Hillsborough County during the pandemic, features the skunk ape, or Florida's Bigfoot. As a Florida native, the legend of the skunk ape always had our interests, said co-producer and director Ryan Justice, 35. He wanted to do a fun movie around the legend and do something different with the Bigfoot genre. The movie was shot in the fall of 2020 and was released digitally on Amazon, Apple, and Google Play on September 30th. It's about a group of journalists who visit a small town where young girls have gone missing. Everyone has their own suspect, which includes the skunk ape. The Wild Man takes place in a small town right outside of Florida Everglades, says Justice. The deeper our journalists dig into this small town, the more dark secrets are pretty much eventually revealed. Justice says market incentives from Film Tampa Bay and the St. Petersburg Clearwater Film Commissioner helped to boost the movie's production value. These tax incentives are so important for these little films. We've got almost 15,000 back from Tampa and almost 6,000 back from Pinellas. He said, that's almost like half our budget back in incentives that we were able to then take and put right back into the movie to make the movie even better. Justice said the film Tampa Bay also helped them secure filming locations at the home in Plant City, the American Victory ship and MOSL or I don't know what that is. More than 50% of our movie was shot right here at MOS. He said half the building was used for storing PPE and the other half was just completely empty. It had so many different looks. Our script needed different locations. Justice said nearly the entire cast and crew are local natives and proud of making a movie in their backyard. The Tampa Bay area is a great film community, he said. With the help of our film commissioner, we're getting a lot of movies in here and getting a lot of our cast and crew work. That's that.
Yeah, that totally blows it for me. I used to be able to say I've seen every Bigfoot movie made, and now there's so many of them coming out. I'm like, I can't say that anymore because I haven't seen that one.
So The Wild Man. Has anybody watched it? Have you seen it?
I wonder if it's on Tubi or whatever. I'll just check while you guys are doing it.
So Amazon. We have to check it out on Amazon. The Wild Man. From the description, it seems like it's a funny one, maybe. I don't know. But there you go. There's your news. I think there was only 2 this week that were this this one a week ago, and then the 3 days ago the other one. What is that? That's 2 weeks ago, a month ago. Yeah, we've already done all those. So there you go. Oops.
Nope. It's not on Tubi.
Not on Tubi. Oh, so there we go. Okay, so now I don't have anything left. So if we want to go, I can try to bring up these pictures that people are sending me since we do have time. And the first one, who sent what? Let me see. I think my eyes sent something.
Don't say their names.
Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to. Well, they put it on the freaking chat. So
Look at Brent, everybody. No, too late.
What?
It's like you're hypnotized or something to the right.
No, I'm trying to think of something like deep in thought.
Oh.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's funny.
Can't remember it. Still deep in thought.
My eyes did that that video that she did. Every time I'm out in the woods and I'm like, that's probably a squirrel. Probably not putting a thing.
That's kind of a cool picture. Mm-hmm. Where is it? It disappeared. Oh, right there. Can I make this bigger? Can I? Ooh, I can. Whoa. Ooh, whoa.
Like
is it sharing?
Looks like an ant, one of those ants from.
Yeah, it's an ant. It's an ant. And I definitely see. I definitely see her dog in the picture.
Yeah.
Or is that a dog man?
Are you sure? Maybe that's a blackburn stump.
ENT, is that extraterrestrial?
You gotta admit, that's a pretty cool picture.
Yeah, be freaky looking. If you lit it up, it'd be great for Halloween.
That face is like crazy. Yeah. Look at that face. You can see a face right there.
Yeah. It's Treebeard, man, after he had a night out. And
imagine walking into that tree in the middle of the night with your flashlight. Oh,
crap out of you.
God. For sure, that would. You could make a whole story out of that tree right there.
Mm-hmm. It's a good picture. I will say that.
Oh, I don't want to share. I don't want to
show it.
Oh, this was a good one from Trackway. Wait a minute. What? No, I can't show that. Can't show that. Okay, and that one we already did. And Donald, you said you have to find it, right? So you didn't send it. We did the Yowie. And what is this one? We did that one 2 weeks ago. Oops. Nope. We don't want to see a trail fire.
Brent had a cool picture of fires in his area, man. That looked like smothering just in the valley, and the fingers of the valley were just, you just be hacking your guts out, lungs out.
Yeah, it was bad. But we had some rain here, so I think they put them out for the most part, or really, got them to go down quite a bit. So, yeah, fingers crossed. That was bad though, man. We had like the worst air quality here than any place in the world.
Wow.
I can't bring that up. It won't. It's just thinking. So let me see. Emotional damage. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Sorry. Thought I had something else here.
I'd like to point out, Nikki, somebody else is in the wood burning too. If you notice.
Oh yeah, who's that?
I got above Rasta. I have a new clock now. It's a Bigfoot clock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we haven't heard your. Is it yours? Or I can't remember. Is it yours or Matt's who has the bird calls on the clock?
That was me. I have a bird call clock. I took the batteries out of it though. So.
Oh. We kind of liked it because it set off the time that we knew we had an hour. So, anything else, gentlemen? That's all I had prepared for today.
How's the Halloween party show? Let's talk about that.
It's going. It is going, and I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks already, gathering costumes and figuring out a game that we can play, and yeah, it's gonna be a big one. I don't know if I can fit all these costumes in. I have to do a final tomorrow. I'm gonna put everything out and see if I can even do it. See if I can even get them all on. I'm gonna have to have one of my kids help me, because
you don't have to do half your body.
Yeah.
I wish I had a ghost story to tell. I just don't have that many ghost stories.
Oh, you can look one up.
I got like one creepy. Well, I mean, personally, that happened to me or whatever. But I've really only got just maybe one or two real creepy stories, and that's about it. And I've just recently told the one. So
don't say it. Save it for next week.
Well, I don't necessarily know if we're going to do individual stories this time. It may be a whole different thing, but definitely invitations I'm going to put out to everybody just to be formal. Everybody who's a podcaster or likes to come on, you're welcome to come on. I'll probably throw the link in the chat later. But it's going to fill up. It filled up last year too. So, everybody's invited to wear your costume. You don't have to have a costume, but it'll be fun if you do. And we're just going to play games, trivia, and maybe win some prizes and stuff like that. So it'll be fun.
What we should do too is after we get everybody online, we should send the link from Steve's show. We should crash his channel.
Everybody go to...
That would be funny. Well, how's going on?
Hey, I might be guest hosting that show.
Oh,
for Steve.
Well, don't say anything. You have a show coming up tomorrow, right, Joe?
Yeah, I've got Diane Stocking coming out. Should be a really good show talking to her.
Tell us a bit about her.
She's a researcher / investigator. Has been doing it quite a while. She's friends with Thomas, and I saw her. Like I said, if people don't realize who she is, and I didn't at first. I mean, I actually realized. Well, wait a minute. I've seen this lady before, But Behind Tall Trees did a really good interview with her, and that's what got me to go, man, I got to get this lady on my show, and maybe reach out to her because she really did it was a really good interview with her on that show, and she's been doing it for quite a while, and she's come up with some. She's at least from what I saw on there. I mean, she's come up with some pretty interesting stuff, handprints, etc. And she's straightforward, and again, like I say, in my opinion, if Thomas Steenberg says that you're legit and you're a genuine person, then that means a lot as far as I'm concerned. So, but yeah, it should be a really good conversation. Really nice lady.
Cool. That sounds good. How about you, Brent? You gonna, now that the fires are out, you gonna start heading back out?
Yeah, try to. Hopefully. Yeah, get something going this weekend. This week, hopefully. I don't know.
It's probably really nasty out there, wet.
Yeah, it's a lot of rain now, and you can't really go to the fire areas because all the issues there. And I don't know, like literally, like every place that I go investigate has been like closed because of fires. I've been, or you can't even go out to other areas because it's the thick smoke is so thick. But yeah, hopefully here soon get something kind of going and dialed in. And we were supposed to do one this weekend, but the rain came and so got canceled. So yeah, I don't know. Figure something out. Do something.
Right.
To that one special place you had.
The what?
I can't remember. You said there was some property that kind of made.
Oh yeah. I couldn't go out there because of all the smoke and stuff. It was like that was actually where the fire pretty much was out in that area. So yeah, I'm hopefully gonna go try and get that figured out and see what's going on and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I guess see how that all plays out. If the homeowner is going to be receptive to having, talking about it. And, I'm a pretty nice person. So hopefully they'll be like, oh yeah, man, let me show you all about this. And I'll be like, yeah, cool. So we'll see.
Cool. That's good. Well, it'll all come together, but are the Bigfoot still going to be there? Or have they moved on now?
I mean, I couldn't imagine them being in the area for very long because it's really hard to. It's like the smoke was that bad. So yeah, I mean, if anything, just make contact with them, meet them, so I can hopefully have the opportunity to go stay out on his property and stuff. And I think there's cell signal there, so live stream it, and I don't know.
That's fun. I like it when you live stream when you're out there.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I wish I could do that more often when I'm out, but it's just like around here, man. The places that I go, it's just I don't get signal very much, and I mean, we don't have a lot of cell towers for. I don't know what it is about AT&T. I mean, they just don't have a lot. I can't pick up a signal in a lot of places I go to.
Yeah.
So. Or
I don't know. Things would be a lot different if there was service everywhere, but there's not. So is that a good or bad thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we want, more area taken over? Right. Or do we want areas to stay natural and people not going out there? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, the people have been going out to the woods. I think it's increased in the last few years by 21%. So there's definitely a lot more people out there.
Hey, Hive Science.
Yay. Hive Science. Awesome. It's good to have a skeptic in the house. Who knows what the hell they're talking about. I feel so threatened. I feel so betrayed that she showed up here. I can't believe it.
Creepdid. I like that. Creepdid. Who's that? Do I know you? J. Fritz, go to the night and whistle for a while.
Well, that's what the Russian parents are doing to their children.
Walter told me don't whistle when you're in the woods. That's what he told me.
Who?
Walter. He was my old mentor, Seneca, old man. He said, "Don't whistle." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "That'll bring them around you. Don't whistle." And I went, "But I want to bring them around me."
Yeah.
So hence I go out there and I'm like,
Dun, dun. Okay. Any other topics we want to cover? Because I'm done, gentlemen.
I'll tell you about a project I'm working on.
Yeah.
You know how we're always talking about, entertainment channels should have some kind of thing on there that says entertainment and stuff like that. So since we got a network now of people, I'm working on a logo for our channels that you can have up behind you, like on the board behind Joe or behind you or something. Yeah, they're a plaque or it can be one you put on your window. And I'm going to use the honey badger as the logo. Honey badger gives no shit, but I logo, and I'll send it to you guys. And there'll be kind of a standard that all of us follow. We're not responsible for other people's shows, so there's no limits on what you're doing for your shows. But it's about the standard of, heaven forbid, we have healthy skepticism. We know what a balloon it is, the scientific method. Oh my God, it's such a threat. Why? Let's know what we're looking at instead of this other garbage. And then, so any channel, not every channel that is going to apply for, you don't have to apply in regards to financing or anything like that, but it's a standard that, yeah, and you have your own number. So if somebody tries to copy the logo and put it on their site as one of us, we'll know immediately it's not them. And we will ask them to pull that down. If they don't, we'll be in a bit of trouble. But it's just to help people at home when they're watching videos of the stations, that they'll say, okay, well, they know that we all go by this type of standard. And that way, no one can come and say to us, any of our channels, oh, well, you guys are being mean or nasty. No, we're vetting the information. This is what happens with scientists. This is what should be happening with so-called citizen researchers, even though I don't think most people have any idea what that is. So again, try to move the ball down a bit more. Save some people from heartache,
Kaiju says you should use a porcupine.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that for the Halloween costume. I'm trying to think of the Halloween costume of a porcupine. So,
you should do one of those AI creations of a porcupine and a honey badger joined together if they had a baby. That's the logo right there, man. Whatever that's going to be.
It'd be funny.
Curious Cryptid says, oh boy, wait until Storytime or Cosplay Channel picks up Leon's logo for credibility.
Oh, great. But anyways, I think more people, if they would do that, it would just save us from the dump trucks of garbage we have to go through to even see if there's anything in it,
Right.
Any value of anything. At least we know there's people coming up that are new channels too that haven't drank the Kool-Aid yet, and we hope to intercept more of those before they start drinking the Kool-Aid, or at least halfway through that process where they can start realizing, start scratching their head, going, "This is crazy, Bill." Yeah, welcome to the insane asylum.
You want to hear?
Let's just make a whole show on how about the insane asylum. There you go, perfect music. Welcome to the insane asylum.
And scary music for the show next week.
Scary music.
100% real photos of Sasquatch.
And then this one's going to be for a specific costume I have.
To go.
Anyway, I've got a lot more to put on there. But I'm already tired and I haven't even done the Halloween Halloween show. I've got them piled up over here. There's some behind the screen. There's some on my dining room table. There's still some hanging in the closet. It's gonna be a good one. For sure. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for.
The fly is back.
Oh, you did? I thought you killed it.
Maybe this is.
It's his buddy, man. He's coming back for you, man. He's like, I'm going to get my vengeance.
It's a zombie fly, man. Zombie fly.
Zombie fly. It never dies. So, everybody, please be here next week. Don't be queer. Come to the show. Squatchaween on the 30th, 5 p.m. Mountain, so we can get our spook on before Halloween, and maybe you'll win something. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know. But I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Mwah.